Good morning, Pet 84203. May clear and audible po.
Morning po, yes po.
Okay, so before we proceed with our discussion, kindly open po your cameras while I share my screen as well. I'll be sharing my screen since we'll be dealing with uh, more likely the entire screen. Okay, so kindly open your cameras muna before we proceed with the discussion. And is my screen visible po on your end? Okay, thank you. So for today, we will be dealing with the rest of chapter 3, which is the drill string design. Then by later on, if we still have enough time, we'll be dealing with the first part of the chapter 4, which is drilling hydraulics and well control. No, so basically those are about drilling fluids. So let me just put up here. Okay, so last time, if you could remember, we have already discussed the concepts involved in chapter 3, which are about the drill string. No. So technically, for the design calculation of drill string, we would be dealing with three important parameters. First, we have this one, the body yield strength. No. Then the second one, we'll be dealing with the burst pressure. And the last would be the collapse pressure. Where's that? Collapse pressure. Yeah, this one, the collapse pressure. No. So for this, we are dealing with some formulas and some tables in order for us to answer everything. In order for us to quantify these parameters. No? So based on given on a particular given, let's say we have here the diameter. Syempre, we have the diameter of our casing. We also have its grade or the casing grade wherein it is denoted by this code. One is the alphabetical value and the other one is the numerical value. And this numerical value, for example, in this example number one, is 55. So technically, this is 55,000. So this is pertaining to the minimum yield strength. Ano? So it is different from the body yield strength na tinutukoy. No? Then we also have the nominal wall thickness, I mean, which is 0.635. So technically, this is given yung nominal wall thickness. But in some cases, maybe you would be encountering for your quiz, for your midterm exam, na yung ating wall thickness is not given. Or possible na ang given is yung outside at inside diameter. So by that, you can already derive the wall thickness. No? So from it, we can already get the wall thickness and para sa inyo siya mahalaga, we'll be dealing with it for computing the area. No? So let's deal with the area and also the for the case of later on for collapse pressure and burst pressure. So we'll be dealing with such. No? So let's deal with this example para madali na ano. So for this one, I'll be putting it up on the full screen muna. si, since ito naman ay hindi pa kailangan ng table. No? So we are to compute for the body yield strength for a 20-inch K55 casing with a nominal wall thickness of 0.635 inch and a nominal weight per foot of 133 pound force per foot. Now, so for the solution, so yung atin pong minimum yield strength is based on the grade of the casing. So the grade of the casing was said to be K55. So technically, that's 55,000 PSI. No? So yung magiging minimum yield strength natin is 55,000 PSI. And in order for us to get the inside diameter, di ba we have a formula for inside diameter? Wherein it is the outside diameter, which is itong 20 minus twice its wall thickness. This wall thickness is 0.635. Then by computing or evaluating our inside diameter, we'll get 18.73 inches. Did you get the same answer? If you evaluate this one, nakuha nyo ba yung same answer po? Nakuha nyo yung same answer? Kindly use your calculator to verify the answer. Okay. So, for this one, yung concept kasi ng body yield strength, it is like pertaining to force. Ano? Or it's more of a tensile force or a tension. No? So, for that, we know that the formula for a pressure is force over area. Diba we have this given equation or given relationship between the force and the pressure. So for this pressure, this is pertaining to the stress. No. 'Di ba? If you could notice, yung atin pong unit for stress is PSI. So technically this pressure is the stress that is that's pertaining to the minimum yield stress. So this one is ano ha? This one is a typographical error. So this is stress. Okay po. So this one is stress. So this pressure is stress, then the force, siya naman po is pertaining to the yield strength or the body yield strength. So this is pertaining to this one. Siya yung hinahanap natin or siya yung unknown. Then for the area, so that's technically the cross-sectional area that the force is being applied. Okay po. Clear po tayo doon. So from that, we can derive the formula for the body yield strength as the stress, which is yung denoted by P, multiplied to the cross-sectional area. So first things first, we have already the inside diameter. So we'll be finding the cross-sectional area of the steel. So how can we find the cross-sectional area? In order for us to find the cross-sectional area, we just need, di ba, this is the casing. Meron siya outside diameter, meron siyang inside diameter. Ang cross-sectional area na tinutukoy is this one. Ito po. Ito po yung tinutukoy. Kaya yung mismong thickness or yung area ng thickness. So from that, how can we find its area or the cross-sectional area? We subtract its area. The area of the larger circle minus the area of the smaller circle, which is denoted by this expression here. Okay? So the larger circle has a diameter of 20 inch. Then yung inside diameter, which is denoted to the smaller circle, that's pertaining to the 18.73 inch. Okay? So para makuha natin yung cross-sectional area, just need to directly substitute it here. So this is the diameter or the outside diameter square minus the inside diameter square. So the cross-sectional area is given as 38.63. So kindly compute po in 4 decimal places kung anong sagot, since our given is in 2 decimal places only. Yes, red. 38.6315 inch square or square inch. So this is just the same with this one. No. So parehas lang yung unit na yan. Okay. So you have already the cross-sectional area, which is 38.6315 inch square. So from that, we'll just directly substitute it with our derived formula. The yield strength is equal to the stress. This is P, ha? The stress multiplied to our area. So that is 55,000. This is the yield stress multiplied to our um, cross-sectional area. So, kindly compute this one in 4 decimal places, yung ating area. Gawin yung 38.6315. What would be the exact answer for the yield strength or the body yield strength? Yes, Jed.
Ano po, 2,124,732.5 po.
0.5. So since this one is in inch square, yung ating area, then yung ating pong stress is PSI, that's pound force per square inch. So technically, that's pound force per square inch multiplied to inch square. So makakancel lang yung inch square. Ang matitira po natin ay yung pound force as a unit of the body yield strength. Gets pa? Question for the body yield strength. So this is just very simple. Direct substitution lang siya. Question? None? How about yung iba po? Okay. So let's proceed with the next one. For the next parameter that we'll be dealing with is the burst pressure. For the burst pressure, we have this very simple formula. Actually, among the three, the burst pressure, the body yield strength, and the collapse pressure, this one is the most easy or the easiest among the three. Kasi this is just direct substitution. No. So we actually, this example is just the same with the same one with the first one. I mean, so we just need to compute for its burst pressure rating. No. So same lang naman po yan if you could remember or if you could compare it with example number 1. Okay. So we just need to directly substitute it. So this 0.875 is a constant. And as you can see here, there's a constant 2. So, ano ba yung product ng 2 at 0.875? Guys, ano yung product nila? So, we can simplify this formula.
1.75.
Okay, so that's 1.75. So, para hindi na natin i-type siya na mahaba. The yield stress times T, that's the thickness. Okay. So this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the omega na lowercase. Tama ba? Wait. Let's verify it. If I'm not mistaken, this is the omega lowercase. Hindi pala siya omega. Ano nga yun? Ito. Sigma, I mean. Sigma. That's the sigma lowercase. Yung... ito. Ito kasi yung uppercase ng sigma, yung summation. Tapos itong bilog na merong parang buntot sa taas. That's technically the sigma. That is lowercase. No. So, anyways, going back with our example, just need to directly substitute. This is the yield stress. Then the T is the thickness. Then dN is pertaining to the nominal diameter. Okay? So this nominal diameter is pertaining to the outside diameter. Okay pa? Baka kasi ang ilagay niyo is yung inside diameter, which is wrong. Okay? So, outside diameter yung ating gagamitin for the DN or the sub N. Okay. So, the burst pressure rating could be computed as this one. So, can you verify if this is the answer in 4 decimal places? Same. How about yung iba? Can you try? Okay. So, goods. So, madali lang ang burst pressure, no? Okay. So, let's deal with the last one. So, dito, magiging tricky siya. Kasi we'll be dealing with um, several tables. No? Specifically, table 7.5 and 7.4. No? So, these tables would be very beneficial for us in dealing with this problem. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, itong 7.5 yung pinaka-importante for this one. Okay. So, let's deal with the last one, which is yung ating, dito ko na i-split yung screen natin kasi we'll be verifying values from this, what do you call this, from these tables para maano natin, verify natin siya. Ito kayo, tabi ko muna kayo. Nito. Kayo kita. Okay. So from this one, let's have here, we still have the same example. So technically, we're just finding or we're just computing for the collapse pressure rate. No? So the first step is to find the ratio of the diameter, the nominal diameter, and the thickness. So that's technically just the quotient of the two parameters that I have mentioned. So you just divide the nominal diameter that's pertaining to the outside diameter by the thickness. So computing or evaluating its value, is it 31.496 or meron pa siyang kasunod? Let's use it in 4 decimal places. Anong sagot po for this one? Twenty divided by 4961. Okay, so there is still one here. So may one dyan. Sa huli. Okay. So based on this one, we have computed 31.4196, no? So the formula for collapse pressure pala is given as this one. So this is based from here. So saan siya nag-base? Nag-base siya dito. So bakit tayo magbe-base dito? Kasi for collapse pressure, we have multiple formulas. We have this one. We have this one. Hindi. Dito. Minsan. We have this one. Actually, that's just two. No? If you could see here, doon sa ating table 7.4, ito. Yung table 7.4 on the left side of our screen. If you could see, we have five empirical coefficients from F1 to F5. So, yung F1 to F3, that is pertaining to the first formula or that is included or siya ay kasali doon sa ating first formula, yung F1 to F3. Yung F4 and F5, siya ay kasali doon sa second formula. So, bakit ito ang ginamit nating formula? So, may kinalaman po siya doon sa na-compute po nating ratio. Yung na-compute nating ratio or the nominal diameter thickness ratio is 31.496. So, ano yung kinalaman niya? If we are to look dito sa ating table 7.5, di ba, our given is yung ating casing is graded as K55. So if you could notice here on the grade, that is the third row. Nakikita po? That's the third row. Row ba yun? Tama, row. That's J along with K and along with D. No. So this one is the third row. So from the computed ratio, which is 31.496, we have here, if you could see, we have here three values. Ano, for each grade, no, may three values. And these three values are the boundaries for these four parameters. What are those parameters? We have the yield strength collapse, we have the plastic collapse, we have the transition collapse, and lastly is the elastic collapse. So yung 31.496 is somewhere between, di ba this is our ano? Ito siya. Di ba this is J and K? So this is K55. So that's 14.81, 25.01, and 37.21. Nasaan yung 31.496? That is somewhere in between 25.01 and 37.21. So that is within the transition collapse range. Nagigets niyo po? And by that conclusion, na siya ay nasa within transition collapse range, we would be using this formula. No? So based dito, a transition collapse region between the plastic and the elastic, which is ito. So we'll be using this formula. So kapag naman siya ay just above the yield strength collapse, so that's pertaining to the gitna ng yield strength collapse. IPI has adopted two additional collapse pressure equation to cover the transition region. No. So a plastic collapse, ito dito sa range na ito. Yung range ng 16.4 for the case of the first grade, 16.4 papunta doon sa 27.01. So that's pertaining to the plastic collapse. So kung halimbawa lang ha, kung halimbawa yung grade ng ating ano is H40, tapos ang nakuha natin let's say is 20.01. So 20.01 is between these two values. So that siya ay nasa plastic collapse. So ang gagamitin natin for that particular example would be the first formula. Okay? Clear po tayo doon? Clear? Okay. So we're only dealing with two regions, no? So kapag siya ay less than, so this two formulas is not applicable. Kapag naman siya ay more than, hindi rin po siya applicable kasi it would be already elastic, no, at that particular. So magko-collapse siya elastically, no. Nagigets niyo po? Kumaga when it already exceed, so nag-collapse na siya, no. Or when it is already below the value. Clear po? Okay. So going back to our example, ang na-compute po natin uli is 31.4961, and from that, siya ay nasa pagitan ng 25 and 37.21. So technically, that's within the transition collapse region. So we'll be using this formula. This is the yield stress multiplied to the difference ng ratio ng F4 or the fourth empirical coefficient all over the ratio or yung kaninang ratio kanina na na-compute natin minus F5. So saan man gagaling yung F4 at F5? So diyan papasok yung ating table 7.4. Sa table 7.4, given natin yung ating given is K55, so that's technically the third row. So F4 is 1.989, F5 is 0.036. Kaya sa ating formula, F4 is 1.989 and F5 is 0.036. So evaluating this one, our calculator will get our collapse pressure as 1493.2981 psi. Questions? Question po. Nuggets yun? Ba't wala ng mga naka-open ng camera? Question? Clear po yun? Clear? Sure ha? Okay. So, that concludes our chapter 3, computation. No? So, siguro, before mag-8 is, siguro we can try the problem given doon sa ating with regards to these three parameters. No? Okay. So, let's try this one. Since siya naman ay magiging part na inyong PSET, so technically, it would be better if we try na para then later on I'll be calling names based on this randomizer na feature ng ating Google Classroom. I'll be calling names for you to discuss yung ating ano. So if it is necessary to share your screen para ma-discuss yung part na yon, so you'll try, no? So I'll be giving you 10 minutes. This is just very easy, no, to answer this one. Or siguro 15 minutes para tigpa 5 minutes per item. Okay, so let's be back at 8 a.m. Then later on, I'll be calling names for you to answer. No, so if you could share your screen, ganyan. So if hindi kumatawag tapos hindi makasagot ay I'll be considering it already as absent. So I'll be giving you 15 minutes to deal with this problem. Yung number one lang. So correction pala dito for this one. This is unit of pressure. So let's try this one in KN. Wait, share screen lang. Masyalo. Okay, guys. Are you done with this exercise? Done na po. Hello po. Tapos na po with this exercise? Hello? Hindi pa. Okay, I'll be giving you enough additional 5 minutes. Is that already okay? Yung 5 minutes na additional? No, sige, 10 minutes. Let's be back by 8:12. Then by that, I'll be calling name. For isa-isa muna para fair dun sa mga una. No? Isa-isa muna tayo magtatabok. Then by 8:12, just be back. And I hope you're already Okay, it's already time. Can someone, meron ba akong gusto mag-volunteer to answer this one? Or I'll be calling names? Okay. So,
Test po ba sa GC, sir?
hmm?
I-send lang po ba sa GC yung sagot?
Pwedeng ano, we can, I can allow you to share your screen if you could somehow show your solution. Hmm. So I'll be calling names based on this randomizer that is featured in the Google Classroom. Wait lang. Okay. So the first student to answer the body yield strength in kilonewton is Kurt Miranda. Ito ba si Kurt? So as of now, wala si Kurt. So absent. We have Kent. Dito ba si Kent? Wala din. Absent. We have Vincent Gesalan. Wala din. Aaron Kabuhat. Dito si
Hello,
Aaron.
hello po sir.
Will you share your screen for the solution or
Sir, hindi pa po ako tapos mo po. Nagtatry pa lang po ulit ako.
kahit doon sa first, yung A?
Opo sir.
It works on the
Pero
principle
patapos
when the
na naman
charge
po
is
sa
ignited inside a
yung po sa
combustion
Teams.
chamber under
Wait
very
lang
high
po.
pressure. The first
Okay.
commercially
So, siguro you'll be, I'll be assigning you to the next one. So, let's have Miko. Hindi mo si Miko. Miko, you're here with us. Wala si Miko. Okay. Next. Lian. Dito ba si Lian? Okay. Will you share your screen for the first one?
Yes,
Or
yes po sir. Mag-share po ako.
I'll be stopping my share screen. Lian, hello.
Wait lang sir. Naka-iPad lang ako sir. Di ko po ma-figure out. Sir, isasend ko na lang po. Nagre-record lang po kasi. Hindi po
Okay.
ma-share. Sir, share screen nyo po. I mean, share nyo po yung sinend ko, tapos explain ko po.
Sige, for a while, wait.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, dito tayo sa
Ano ito yung open?
PNA. So, actually, meron tayong insight. So, yung mga pinapakita ko din ng PPA. Yun yung mga insights. In reality, meron tayong 5.
Just po.
So, when we say process PNA, for this example, pinapakita yung
Okay, go ahead, Lian.
equipment.
Kita ba?
Yes po, sir.
Speed process.
So, I'll read po the problem again. If there is a 339.73 mm E75 casing with a nominal weight per foot of 68 pounds per feet, compute the following. For A, body yield strength in kilonewtons. So, we have a given of outside diameter of casing 339.73 millimeters, casing grade E75, therefore the yield strength is 75,000 pounds per square inch. We have nominal weight of 68 pounds per foot. So step 1, we will converting outside diameter to inches. So outside diameter is equals to 339.73 times 0.0394 inches per mm. We have an answer of 13.3854 inches. Next, we need to compute the inner diameter. To compute the inner diameter, we have inner diameter is equals to outside diameter minus 2t, or the t for wall thickness. Substituting, we will have an answer of 12.4254 inches. Next, we need to compute the cross-sectional area of steel. Steel cross-sectional area is equals to pi over 4 times squared outside diameter minus squared inside diameter. Substituting the values, we will have an answer of 19.46009 squared inches. Sir, yung isa pa pong image. Then, to compute the body yield strength, tensile force is equals to yield strength times steel area. Tensile force is equals to 75,000 pounds per squared inch times 19.4609 squared inch. We will have an answer of 1,459,567.5 pounds. To have an answer in kilonewtons, we need to multiply it on 0.0045 kilonewtons per pounds, and we will have a final answer of 6,568.0538 kilonewtons.
Okay, thank you, Lian, for your answer. So, wait lang. I-reshare ko lang yung andito pa lang. Okay. So, for this one, we have here 339.73 millimeters. So, given natin is in millimeters. No? So, first step is to convert it into into inches, no? So 0.375, ang magiging sagot would be 13.0.375. But since yung ginamit na conversion ni Lian a while ago was this one, it is more of a per decimal place. So technically there is a discrepancy in terms of the value. No, so that's 13.385. And if you could use, or if you are to use yung mas accurate na conversion factor, you'll get 13.375. And this 13.375 can be converted into 13 and 3/8 inch. No. So, yun bang, Lian, I have a question. Yun bang iyong thickness na 0.48 is based on a casing that has an outside diameter of 13.375, tama?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So technically, there is just a discrepancy in the value of the outside diameter based on Lian's answer. However, since mas accurate yung 13.3875, which is 13 and 7, 3/8, I mean, 3/8 inches casing. So technically, yung magiging bagong diameter natin, if I can compute that, that's 13.375 minus twice the thickness. The thickness is 0.48 according to Lian. So that's our new value of the inside diameter would be, I can't write on this one, but you take note on this. That's 12.415. Tama. So that's 12.415. And for the cross-sectional area, we'll be using 13.375. Let's have the calcu para makita nyo din siya. Where is our calcu? Okay. So, mangyayari dyan, it would become, saglit lang ha, LB, you on the left side. So, that's pi over 4 times 13.375, that is squared, minus 12.415 square. So our new, or the the more accurate cross-sectional area would be 19.4452. Okay, so that is 19.4452. Though there's a discrepancy. No. So to find the body yield strength on the next slide, we'll be using this one as our cross-sectional area. That we just need to multiply it by 75,000 as it is the minimum yield stress ng ating casing. Okay? So that's 75,000 times the cross-sectional area, and then we will be getting this answer. So this answer that is flashed on your screen is in pound force, and the required unit is in kilonewton. Now, so using the conversion factor for our for kilonewton to pound force, so yung ginamit niya dito is 0.0045 kilonewton per pound force. So let's deal with this one. But technically, there is a more accurate conversion factor for this one. So yung pound force, you just convert it into newton, then yung newton to kilonewton para mas accurate siya. Since this is just for decimal places. So technically, there would be a discrepancy. But let's just deal with this one for now. So that would be a multiplication in order for us to cancel out this pound force. Then we'll be left with kilonewton. Okay. So multiplying it again with 0.0045, we will get our answer as this one. 6562.7556 if we are to deal with it in 4 decimal places. Okay? So, nakuha po yung pagkuha ng ating body yield strength on the letter A. No. So, thank you, Lian, for your answer. And for the class cooperation. So, you'll be getting additional 10 points for your quiz number 1. Okay. So, just remind me. Next, for the burst pressure, let's have... May nagbo-volunteer na ngayon. Nagkaroon ng plus 10 sa quiz. Okay, go ahead, Jed. So this is in millimeter H or of water, or H2O. Will you share your screen, Jed, or... Oh, it's already
Send
pala.
ko na lang po sa GC.
It's already time. Since we have a meeting later on 10:30, we'll continue with that. Okay lang. It's already 8:28 pala. Siguro mabibitin tayo. No, so si Jed would be answering the burst pressure. Then for collapse pressure, I'll be calling the student who will be answering later on. para may hindi unfair doon sa mga naunang dalawa. Okay? So, yun. Let's be back later on by 10:30 for our next meeting. Online meet for this one. Then, after that, we'll be dealing with chapter 4. Siguro we'll have an introduction of the drilling hydraulics and well control. And afterwards, siguro if time permits, we can start already with the calculation. Then by next week, we'll have a quiz 1. Okay po.
Origin, destination.
Before tayo mag-proceed with the midterm exam on week 9. So, most probably our quiz would be on Tuesday, on March 17. Para by tomorrow, by tomorrow, and by the Monday meeting on next week, we can finish chapter 4. Kasi chapter 4 deals with many problem solving. Clear po? So it's already time.
Distillation to.
I think if you have any question, so let's raise it later on. No? So since it's already time. No? So I guess I can dismiss you now. Thank you for attending our class.
Thank you po, sir. Sumama sa
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.